Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome into the broadcast booth here at the Collinsville Sports Complex as we continue kicking off our spring sports coverage here in 2024. And today it's the home opener for your Collinsville Lady K-Hawks as they get ready to take on the Shells of Roxana High School. And my name is Todd Duke, and once again, welcome into the pregame show brought to you today by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. Owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. That location, 410 Regency Center. That is just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. You can give them a call at 618-343-3602. All right, let's get you going here. Collinsville, they're already 1-0 on the year. Under their fourth-year head coach, Jessica Schmitling. She is now 35-53 on the year. Roxana, this is their season opener, and they are coached by Wade Stallhut. He is into his seventh year, and he has an overall record of 65-97. So the Lady K-Hawks opened their season with an exclamation point yesterday in a 22-2 4-inning win at Father McGivney yesterday afternoon. Collinsville not only scored 22 runs, they also had 22 hits, took 7 walks, hit 8 doubles, stole 8 bases in that win. The Kahok batters did not suffer a strikeout in their 33 combined at bats. Collinsville went 6-21 last season, a little bit of an off year for them, and didn't pick up their first win until their 9th game of the season, and that was a 16-0 win over East St. Louis on April 4th of last year. The big bats yesterday belonged to junior Barely Dimick, who went 5 for 6 with 3 doubles, 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Sophomore Keegan Edwards went 3 for 4 with a couple of runs scored, and she knocked in 4 runs as well. Senior Lexi Rafalowski went 3 for 4 with 4 stolen bases, 3 runs, and a couple of RBIs herself. And in the pitching circle was senior Marissa Thomas. She pitched all 4 innings, giving up just 5 hits, couple of runs. One of those is earned, and 7 strikeouts to go along with just 1 walk. Well, as I mentioned, this is the season opener for the Shells. Roxana is coming off of an 11-14 season a year ago. The Shells won 2 in a row on 3 different occasions a year ago, and 2 times they lost 3 in a row. Roxana lost 4 players to graduation from last year's team. The Shells went 3-7 in the Cahokia Conference. That put Roxana in 4th place in that conference, and they're looking for their first winning season since finishing 19-17 back in 2017. Over the last 13 seasons, the Shells have only turned in 3 winning seasons, but they were a force in the early 2000s. From 2001 to 2005, Roxana won 4 regional championships, went to the sectional championship game 3 times. They lost to Nashville twice. That was in 04 and 05, and then they lost to Westland in 2003. And that 05 year was the last time that Roxana won a regional championship game. We say a very good afternoon to Mr. Chris Keller on the other microphone. How are you, sir?
Yeah, doing all right here. It's a beautiful day. We're ready for this season, home opener for the softball team. We'll see if the bats can keep going like they did yesterday. Got 22 runs. A little bit of different pitching here today. I think it was a little slower of a pitcher that threw yesterday for Father McGivney, so they'll have to face a tougher pitcher here today. But hopefully this Kahok team can do well this season. Looking forward to it.
Always fun to come to the ballpark, whether it's baseball or softball, and it makes it even better when the weather cooperates.
Yeah, we've been blessed with maybe one of the warmest home opener games ever. It's some beautiful weather here, 70 degrees. Nobody was going to complain about that.
Yeah, my car said 72 on the way in. I think we were at about 68 yesterday when I arrived at Kahok Stadium for the kickoff of the Lady Kahok soccer season. So it is nice to get some nice weather here early on. We hope that it stays that way. But, you know, the Midwest, man, March and April, they can be a little iffy sometimes.
Yeah, as long as it's not raining, that's what you're battling here throughout the spring usually. And in this early part, sometimes colder weather. But as long as you can get on the field, it's good.
Oh, all right. That is Chris Keller. My name is Todd Duke. We take our first break here during the Chiropractic Works pregame show. And when we come back, my conversation with Collinsville head coach Jessica Schmittling. And that is coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. CUSD 10 residents have an opportunity to improve our schools without increasing the property tax rate by voting yes on March 19th. The Zero Rate Change Ballot Initiative will provide funds to improve school safety and security, upgrade heating and cooling equipment, and make facilities more accessible to disabled students, staff, and visitors. For more information, visit yesforsaferschools.org. This message was brought to you by the Citizens for Safer Schools. Vote yes for the Unit 10 Ballot Initiative.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It's another awesome day weather-wise. Last night we had Lady Kahok Soccer kicking off their season. Now it's the home opener for your Lady Kahok softball team. And joining us now, Jessica Schmittling, the fourth-year head coach for your Lady Kahok softball program. So you only lost one player to graduation last year, so you bring back the majority of last year's team, which is kind of a rarity in high school sports.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember at the beginning of last year, we felt like we were doing a ton of rebuilding because of how many seniors we had lost the year before that. So we're in a completely different situation this year where we only lost one. So I can already tell, just even the way practices have been going and even our first game yesterday, that there's just a ton of leadership that we have with our senior class this year. And I just think that's really going to carry us just for what our program stands for.
Led me right into my next question, which is who are you relying on for those leadership roles this year? Is it just the seniors, and do you have specific players that you're leaning on?
Yeah, I think we've never really set like captains or anything like that from a senior, like seniority type of thing, but we just let them kind of naturally flow into those roles. So I would say this year it is pretty heavy on the senior class, but simply because I think they just have those qualities. So kids that I would say, Katie Bardwell has been a huge one. She is somebody that just gets natural responses. She doesn't have to bark at any teammates or anything like that. They just follow her lead, and it just comes by her really naturally. Another one is Lexi Rafalowski. If you watch her play, she goes all out in everything that she does, and I think she's a lead by example type of kid. So those two I'd say really heavily with that, but then also just the battery that we are returning, pitcher and catcher Marissa Thomas and Bailey Demick, the way that they work together and just the calmness that they have together really feeds the calmness of our field. So yeah, it's been really cool just to see them grow and lean into what they want this year to be.
You keep on leading me into my next question. Senior Marissa Thomas taking the bulk of the pitching responsibilities. Just like last year, You got anyone else to back her up when she gets a little tired or a little overworked?
Yeah, we actually have, I would say, 2 more arms at the varsity level that we'll probably see this year. One of them is another senior, Aubrey Mason. She's thrown a lot of games at the JV level for us, so I imagine she'll find herself some time in the circle. And then we have a freshman this year, actually, Allie Viluff, who got a lot of time at the middle school. We haven't seen her yet this year, but we're looking forward to what's to come for her in the circle.
You averaged 3.6 runs per game last year. You blew that out of the water yesterday with 22 runs against Father McGivney. Tell me a little bit about yesterday's game.
I think for us, our offense you'll find is very contagious. So once one person's on, the rest want to just follow from that. They're not a super get in your head type of team. So as soon as one, it's just like keeps flowing from there. So I think, but that also can be the disadvantage for us whenever it's not flowing as easily. It's hard to catch that train a little bit. So I think we felt that quite a bit last year of like if we faced dominant pitching, it was hard to figure out how we were going to scratch those runs across. But just with some more experience at the varsity level this year, we're hoping to be a little more consistent in that and not so roller coastery in the amount of runs that we score versus not.
Well, the key to that is putting the ball in play because strikeouts, you can't defend strikeouts, but when you put the ball in play, that puts the onus on the defense to make the play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us, we are just trying to figure out what are those small ball tendencies that we'll use on top of some of those clutch hits as well. So just, again, I think consistency comes from a lineup that can do multiple things, and it's not just always swinging away, but sometimes it's a small ball, it's smart base running, and being able to really produce those runs or manufacture those runs in a way that maybe isn't as traditional as just like, hey, we're going to swing for the fences every single time.
Yeah, and defensively, always a key to cut down on the errors. Last year, you averaged about 3 of those per game. Yesterday, you only had 1, and a run did score on that, but still only 1 error per game. That's pretty ideal.
Yeah, I think for us too, last year we were trying to figure things out from a standpoint of defensively, what are our shifts going to be when Marissa is in the circle, and I think we just have a lot more maturity in that this year to understand what her pitches are going to do and then what batters are going to do against that. So my hope is that we can keep leaning into that and making sure that we prepare on the front end instead of feeling like we're so reactive on the back end.
All right, so you have Roxana at your home opener. I know you guys don't do a lot of scouting, especially this early in the season, because there's no games to base yourself scouting from. So what do you remember from last year's team that you lost 10-0 to that you can use to your advantage this year?
Yeah, last year I remember the feeling it was kind of like a slow burn, if you will. It was 10-0 in the scoreboard, but it never really felt like that throughout the game. So I think there was moments that we had errors last year, kind of those first game jitters and things. I vividly remember that from a young, just a young group. We were, like I said, we were trying to replace last year. So my hope is some of that experience kind of fizzles those nerves out so that we can just go play ball and make this a closer game than what we maybe felt last year.
Well, go play ball. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Jessica Smitling, your Collinsville Lady Kahok head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, we'll throw starters your way. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Looking for a more upscale place to have a few drinks and some great food? Look no further than the Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville. Come inside for some one-of-a-kind crafted cocktails and some elevated bar food that highlights fresh ingredients. Then, try your luck in the private slot machine room. And don't forget to check out the Speakeasy sister company, Plan Shop Live, just 3 doors down. Plan Shop Live is a health-focused lunch cafe open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 3. Speakeasy Parlor, 2713 North Center Street in Maryville. Open 7 days a week with happy hour specials during the week from 5 to 7 p.m. Speakeasy Parlor in Maryville, 618-205-3540. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small. and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. And once again, we welcome you back to the Collinsville Sports Complex. We are pretty much across the street from Collinsville Middle School. More across the street from the new water plant here in Collinsville, but this is where we are. We're running a little bit behind schedule today. Roxana was a little bit late in showing up, so instead of taking the field at 4:05 for their warm-ups, they took the field at 4:10, so everything's running about 5 minutes behind. So we'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups for Roxana. They'll come up to the plate first in the top of the first, and they'll bring up Ava Cherry. She'll bat first and play center field. Lily Ray is behind the plate doing the catching duty. She'll bat second. The pitcher is Callista Stallhut. She is the senior daughter of the head coach, Wade Stallhut. So she'll be doing the pitching and batting third. The designated player is in the cleanup spot for the Shells. That's Ridley Allen. Kennedy Robeen is on the shortstop duties today and batting in the number 5 hole. Batting sixth is Maddie John and playing third base. Playing second base and batting seventh is Macy Craig. And then the right fielder is Kristen Mills, who is batting eighth, and batting ninth is Kyla Brown and playing first base. And the flex player, who is only playing the field, is Madeline Murphy, and she is playing left field. When Collinsville comes up to bat in the bottom half of the first, they'll put up Lexi Rafalowski. She will lead off and play center field. Emma Hilton will bat second and play left field. Bailey Dimick is behind the plate and batting third. Katie Bardwell is at shortstop and batting in the cleanup spot. Addie Stone is the designated player, and she'll be batting fifth. Faith Fairchild batting sixth and playing second base. Carson Mode batting seventh and holding down the duties at the hot corner at third base. Keegan Edwards is at first base and batting eighth, and Aubrey Mason is in right field and batting ninth, and the flex player is today's pitcher for Collinsville, and that would be Marissa Thomas. And while the lineups are being announced, before we get to the national anthem and have to take another commercial break, Chris Kettler joins us once again. And Chris, they're going to rely heavily on Marissa Thomas. She only pitched 4 innings yesterday, so that kind of bodes well that she didn't have to pitch all 7.
Yeah, no problem there in softball and come back-to-back days, and that's not a whole heck of a lot of pitches, not many innings. You got to rely on her anyway. Sometimes some of these games might come, one after the other, so to test her early will be good, and she's been around for a while, so when you have a senior pitcher, you got to be able to rely on her.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're going to have, is a battle of a couple of senior pitchers, and Stallhut and Thomas. We'll give you some numbers on them when we come back from our commercial break. And for Collinsville, the stalwart in center field, if you will, Lexi Rafalowski, who is the only player that is signed to continue playing softball at the collegiate level. She is going to be continuing her academic career and her softball career at St. Louis Community College. And she's a big cog in this Collinsville Kahawk softball lineup, man, because she's that leadoff batter. She gets on base. She steals bases. She patrols a lot of area in center field defensively, so she's someone that's really important to this team.
Yeah, they can set her out there in the outfield, and she can take charge a lot of different spots. Even if they hit the ball deep, she can do a good job of getting it back in. And then offensively, you're going to rely on her to set the plate there, get on base, and set it up there for the big bats down the road.
All right, that's a look at your lineups for each team. A little information for you, and we'll pass on some more information after we come back from a commercial break, and we'll have first pitch. All that and more coming up next on the Kahawk Sports Network. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes could also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here behind home plate at the Collinsville Sports Complex. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler with you as we are just about ready to go here in this softball battle, number 2 for Collinsville and the season opener for the Roxana Shells. And Collinsville getting ready to take the field now, and here is their defensive setup. Emma Hilton will hold things down in left field. Lexi Rafalowski in center field. Aubrey Mason in right field. Carson Mode at third base. Katie Bardwell at shortstop. Faith Fairchild at second base. Keegan Edwards is at first base. Bailey Dimick is behind the plate. And in the pitcher's circle is Marissa Thomas. And Thomas last year, number 1 in innings pitched, obviously, because she pitched the bulk of the games, 128 innings. The next closest was Aubrey Mason, and she only pitched in 7 innings. And last year, Marissa Thomas had 91 strikeouts to go along with 44 walks. On the other side, you will find Callista Stallhut. She pitched in 24 games and had 24 starts. She had 16 complete games in those 24 starts. Went 11-13 on the year, 125 innings, and had an earned run average of 4.75 and pretty lofty strikeout total. She had 211 strikeouts to go along with only 69 walks. So that's a pretty robust number there for Stallhut when she takes the circle here in the bottom half of the first. For Collinsville, coming back this year, Katie Bardwell, 12 RBIs last year, tied for number 1 along with Addie Stone. Each of them had 12. Emma Hilton, by the way, number 2 in stolen bases with 8. That's because Lexi Rafalowski kind of leapfrogged everybody in that category with 24 stolen bases. Rafalowski was number 1 in batting average with batting a 317 clip. That's a minimum of 50 at bats. She was number 1 in hits with 20, number 1 in on-base percentage with a 434. So as I mentioned earlier, she's going to be a one to watch. Bailey Dimick, 12 RBIs, I mentioned that. Number 1 in slugging percentage last year for Bailey with a 508 clip, and Bailey hit the only home run for last year's squad. They only had 1 home run the whole year. We'll see if they can kind of multiply that here this year. Hopefully.
Yeah, you'd like to see some more pop out of the bats there from the Cahoks this year, and that doesn't necessarily have to be all home runs, but yeah, you'd like to have more than one for sure. Like to, have Rafalowski set things up and maybe get some doubles, triples, who knows what out there, and score some more runs this year. Yeah, well, the opposing team, Roxana, had 11 home runs last year, so we'll see what they have this year. I know that they've graduated 4, but they only graduated 1 home run out of the 4 that graduated. So Callista Stallhut led the team in 4 home runs last year. She's back. Lily Ray, Kennedy Robine, and Macy Craig, all top 4 batters
last year for Roxana, and all of them are back this year. Roxana did lose some pitching. Callista Stallhut is the only pitcher that returned that had any stats last year. And like I said, she pitched in 24 games in 125 innings, and they lost one pitcher that pitched in 6 1/3 innings. And then Macy Hart just got into one game and threw a few pitches and didn't record any outs and gave up 6 runs. So they're down to just their one pitcher with any kind of varsity experience. All right, here we go. Here is Ava Cherry. Ava Cherry last year batted .238 with 1 home run and 3 runs batted in. She steps in from the left side. Collinsville's infield already playing in for the possible bunt attempt. And Thomas pitches, and right down the middle it goes for a called strike 1, and that is how we get things underway. 200 feet to all directions here at most softball fields around the Metro East area, so that's what it is here too. The wind is blowing out straight away to center field, maybe a little bit of a push toward right field, but it is definitely gusting out. You can see that flag whipping out there in center field.
Yeah, 2 nasty pitches here to start off from Thomas. Second one catches that corner. She's at 0-2.
Yeah, 0-2. Be nice to get a first batter strikeout. Here's the next pitch. This one's in the dirt and a little bit outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Waste that one, see if he can't get her chasing.
Yeah, why not? Thomas ready to go with another pitch. Collinsville, the home team, they're in their home whites, purple socks. That one's high and outside. That evens the count at 2-2. Got a little Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys. That's outlined in purple. Most of the uniform is white. The numbers are also the same way, bordered in purple with the body of the numbers in white. Here's another pitch, swinging a high fly ball. Lexi Rafalowski moves back about 10 steps and makes the catch, and that is out number 1.
A little movement on that one. Fooled Cherry enough. Swung up under it there and gets the fly out to Rafalowski.
That will bring up Lily Ray, the catcher. Lily Ray, the number 2 batter last year as far as average goes, with a .482 average, 14 runs batted in. Had about 4 doubles on the year last year as well. So Thomas is ready to go after getting the lefty out. Now got a righty. That one's inside. Ball 1.
I got to switch things up here. Pitched it a certain way against the left-handed batter. Now look for that corner. Got it against the lefty. Just didn't get it here against this batter.
Beautiful day here at the ballpark. That is for sure. Here comes the 1-0. That one's outside. So 1 inside, 1 outside, and it's 2-0. No free passes. That's what you got to do, man. 7 strikeouts and no walks yesterday for Marissa Thomas. She's ready with the 2-0. Here it comes, and that one's outside as well, so she's a little off right now. Staying just a little bit off the outside of the plate. First one was inside. Next 2 are outside.
She really wanted to get that inside pitch in the first one there.
Yeah.
That's really messed up this at bat since then.
Got to put it down the middle. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Callista Stallhut, the opposing pitcher, waits on deck. Looks like somebody drew an on-deck circle with their bat.
Got to use what you got.
Yep. Thomas is ready. Swing and a miss. Little off-speed delivery. Way out in front of that one was Stallhut. So down 3-0, now 3-2. And an opportunity here for Thomas to take care of batter number 2 here. That would be Lily Ray, the catcher.
Bottom dropped out of that one. It just wasn't there for Ray.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch. That one's high and a walk. So we have our first base runner, and that'll give Stallhut a chance. So 1 on, 1 out.
Stallhut their top pitcher and see one of their top batters here, batting here in the three hole.
Yep, led the team last year with a .493 average. Also led the team in the RBI department with 24. And as I mentioned earlier, 4 home runs. That also led the team, and she knocks one out of play. Also had 8 doubles and a triple. Carson Mode hit a triple yesterday for Collinsville. Carson participates in every seasonal sport. Volleyball in the fall, basketball in the winter, and now softball here in the spring. Here is the 0-1, swinging a high fly ball. This one may stay in the park, and it does, and a nice job by Keegan Edwards, almost up against the fence that is part of the dugout for the Shell. So 2 away. And the runner stays on at first base.
Good job tracking that one down. Finding it, had to kind of step around the first base coach of Roxana, who's in his spot there. Edwards tracks it down.
So 2 away for Ridney Allen, the designated player. Bats from the left side. And Allen last year had a .238 average with 18 runs batted in and 3 home runs. As Thomas pitches, that one's a bit outside. And no sign yet of Lily Ray wanting to steal second base. That may change as we move along here.
Yeah, they may want to test Dimick to see, especially here with 2 outs.
Yeah, because shortstop and second base are way off the bag. That's a long run. Here's the next pitch. High and outside again.
Well, after the 1 walk and then now falling behind on this batter, they're definitely not going to be looking to steal.
No. See if Thomas can come back. Here's the next. Outside again.
It was 3-0, so.
Can't seem to find that outside corner. You know that's what she's going for. Trying to make Allen smack it down the third base side. Carson Modes playing about 4 steps off the third base line. And here's the 3-0. Ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning. Have put runners on first and second.
Next up, number 8.
And that'll bring up Kennedy Robine, the shortstop. And let's see if Thomas and the Lady Cayhawks can get out of this inning with no damage done. That brings up Robine, as I mentioned. Robine batted .378 last year with 22 runs batted in. She was second on the team in the RBI department. Thomas rocks back and forth. She's ready, and this one's outside as well, so she's missing on both sides of the plate right now. She seems a little frustrated, too.
Just don't let the frustrations get to you. Just got to work on the next pitch.
Robine digs back in from the right side. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Top of the first inning. Another pitch, and that one's in there for a strike, so that'll even the count at 1-1.
It's going well. She works a little quicker, but starts falling behind. Seems to dance around the circle and take her time getting back up there.
Thomas looks into Dimick. Has her sign and brings home another. And a little squibber down the first base side. Picked up and tagged out by Keegan Edwards, and Collinsville gets out of the inning. So a couple of runners stranded. And nary a hit in the inning. Couple of walks, and both of them were left on base. So we will head to the bottom half of the first inning. Whoops, that one went too far. There we go. Bottom of the first there, too. And we will be back to tell you all about Collinsville's first at bat after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from the Collinsville Sports Complex here in Collinsville, over by the middle school. And right behind the old water plant. New one is across the road now, but there's a couple of structures that still stand over here on this side. So Collinsville, see if they can keep those hot bats going from yesterday when they rang out 22 hits in 4 innings. It'll be Lexi Rafalowski, Emma Hilton, Bailey Dimick, and if anyone can get on, Katie Bardwell will have a chance. Defensively for Roxana, Madeline Murphy is in left field. Ava Cherry is in center. Kristen Mills is in right. Around the horn on the infield, Maddie John is at third base. Kennedy Robine is the shortstop. Macy Craig at second base. Kayla Brown at first base. Lily Ray is behind the plate. And Callista Stallhut is the pitcher to start this game off for Roxana. They're out here in their red uniforms, red bottoms, white tops. Got the word Shells written across the fronts of their jerseys over a red stripe. The word Shells is in yellow. The numbers on the backs of their jerseys are also in yellow. And here is Lexi Rafalowski. Lexi yesterday went 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored, couple of runs batted in, had a double, also had a walk and stole 4 bases yesterday. So it's almost paramount that Lexi finds her way on base. That usually sets the stage for Collinsville to do something good.
Yeah, that's what you need. Get her on. Start this as Roxana will play way in, maybe looking to prevent against the bunt.
Rafalowski, first pitch to her. She was looking around to bunt, and right down the middle it goes for a called strike. They are grouped up. The shortstop, Robine, and the third baseman, John, are almost right next to each other. And just outside of the pitcher's circle is the second baseman, Macy Craig. Here's the next pitch from Stallhut, and a swing and a miss, and swinging away on that one was Rafalowski, and she's in a 0-2 hole to start.
Center fielder playing way to her right here, so there's a big gap if Lexi can just pull the ball.
Yeah, normally it's the other way around. They usually shift over to right center field when a lefty's up there. Here's the 0-2, and that one's high, and it gets away from the catcher, Lily Ray. And 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Collinsville center fielder Lexi Rafalowski. As I mentioned, going to St. Louis Community College to continue not only her academic career, but also her softball career. Got to interview her last month during that signing day broadcast that we did. That one's just off the outside corner, 2-2. That was close.
Thomas wasn't able to get that last half inning.
So 2-2 the count.
Neither does Stallhut right there.
Yeah. Here's that 2-2 pitch, and that one's over the head of Rafalowski, so she went from 0-2 to a full count.
She about ran right into it.
Almost.
With her bat was the highest thing up. She ducked down, but bat darn near made contact with the ball as she ran through the box.
All right, 3-2 pitch on the way, and that one's right down the middle, and Rafalowski strikes out looking.
Next up for the Kahawks, number 1.
Wasn't quite ready for that pitch there. Looking for something maybe she can slap at, and that mean pitch there struck her out looking.
That it did, and that will bring up Emma Hilton, the center fielder, with 1 out.
What happened to her helmet? She has the filthiest helmet.
Emma Hilton, also a lefty. Looks at the first one on the outside corner for a called strike. Emma yesterday went 2 for 4 with an RBI.
Roxana playing Hilton basically the same way shortstop is not in as far.
Yeah.
And the center fielder still steps to her right.
Here's the next pitch, swinging a little slap foul, and that one goes over the stands down the third baseline. And just like Rafalowski, Emma Hilton finds herself in an 0-2 hole. Wow, the center fielder's playing way over to the left side. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Hilton. So back-to-back strikeouts, one looking, one swinging.
Next up, number 4, catcher.
It was a high one, might have been out of the zone, but she just waved her bat at it there and strikes out.
So it's up to Bailey Demick, the catcher, to keep things going for the cleanup hitter, Katie Bardwell. Demick yesterday had an awesome day, 5 of 6, 3 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. First pitch to the Kahok catcher, swing, and that one is, past the left fielder, Madeline Murphy. That one's going to roll all the way to the warning track. Demick is on her way to second base. She thought about taking third base, but the throw came in pretty quick. And Bailey Demick is on with the first hit of this game. It is a double. And Collinsville has a runner in scoring position.
Next up, number 21.
Looks like Murphy just about had her played perfectly.
I thought she did, yeah.
Was right on it there and
never touched it.
Missed it. She's not facing the sun, so just missed it.
Yeah, here is Katie Bardwell. Bardwell yesterday went 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored and a couple of RBIs. Had a double, couple of walks as well, and a swing and a foul ball back to the screen. Bardwell also plays basketball. Did a senior interview with her earlier this year. She coaxed me into live streaming the Powder Puff football game.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, I am. Swinging a high fly ball, and that one is going to send the center fielder running in. What a diving catch out in center field by Ava Cherry to end the inning.
Great catch. Went diving for it. Otherwise, that would have been a scoring RBI for Bardwell, but a great catch by Cherry.
And one runner left on base as we will now head to the top of the second inning with no score between Collinsville and Roxana. And we're back to tell you about the second right after another timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family owned and operated by former Kahawks since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Once again, we welcome you back to the Collinsville Sports Complex. What a catch in center field by the Shells' Ava Cherry as she took a big-time hit and an RBI away from Katie Bardwell, and Katie tattooed that ball right into the gap between left field and center field. And we were commenting earlier that that Cherry was playing a little bit over to the left. That time she wasn't. She was in pretty much straightaway center field and had to make a long run to get to that ball.
Yeah, it was a heck of a job. She can really cover some ground there. Wondered why they had some of the other players played more to the right there when they were left-handed batters, but heck of a job by Cherry. They're definitely saved a run.
Yeah. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 batters here for the Shells. If anyone can get on, the 9th batter will have an opportunity to bat in this inning, but we lead it off with Maddie John, the third baseman. Maddie is a freshman, so obviously does not have any varsity stats from last year, as Roxana has 5 freshmen on their varsity roster this year. So Marissa Thomas goes back to work after getting out of a couple of walks in a jam in the first, and a swing and a miss by Maddie John to start off inning number 2.
John aggressive there, swinging at one bit outside, and she was way out in front of it.
So John, the third baseman, digs back in from the right side. Thomas is ready. Here's a pitch, another swing and a miss. Took a little off-speed delivery, and I think that after that first pitch fastball, Maddie John was expecting another one, and then she got the off-speed stuff.
Real aggressive there, just going up there swinging. So Thomas smartly just takes something off of that one.
Another pitch. That one bounces in front of home plate, so 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Maddie John. Macy Craig, the second baseman, on deck. Thomas. Her and Dimmick work together on what pitches. And a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Maddie John, and that's the first strikeout of the game for Marissa Thomas. And Macy Craig will step up to the plate now. Yeah, notice that Stahlhut was wearing one of those wristbands with pitches on it, and she gets the signal from the dugout on what to pitch.
Yeah, they spout off some series of numbers, maybe letters and numbers, and then the catcher signals from there.
A little bit high to Macy Craig. Craig, a junior. Batted .333 last year with 7 runs batted in, a couple of home runs. And the next pitch, swing and a miss, and we're even at 1-1. We're off the next 2 days. Zach Roseman will have Thursday's home soccer game for you against Chatham Glenwood. And then Chris Kettler and I will be at GCS Ballpark Friday for the second game of the year for your Collinsville Kahok baseball team. They open up with Oswego at Edwardsville High School on Thursday. And as I mentioned yesterday, that's on the JV field and nowhere for us to set up, so we're not doing that game. And the next pitch is a little outside. That'll even things up at 2-2 to Macy Craig.
I know the baseball team's been out there practicing at the Grizzlies field.
Yes,
so
they have.
Real treat to go out there Friday and broadcast that game.
I've done a couple of games from there. Swing and a base hit. Roxana has their first hit of this game, and that was backhanded out by Emma Hilton in left field. But Craig is on
Number 6, right fielder,
with the
Kristen
first hit
Mills.
for Roxana.
Hilton kind of had to backhand it a little bit as it got to her. Took a weird bounce. They're still learning some of the bounces on what these balls make when it gets out there to the outfield.
And there's little clumps of grass out there right now, so it might have hit a clump. Here is Kristen Mills. The right fielder batted 178 last year with 5 runs batted in. And Thomas pitches, and it's down the middle, and not running is Macy Craig. Ball was called a strike, so Thomas is out front of Kristen Mills, 0-1. Infielders would like a double play ball.
Expecting a bunt maybe is.
Yeah.
Edwards is taking some steps in.
And another strike called, and ball gets away from Thomas, but thankfully Bardwell was there to back her up, or else that ball would have probably hit the bag and then bounced out into center field, because it was going right for the second base bag. But at any rate, Mills is in an 0-2 hole. Roxana's already stranded a couple of runners. Collinsville would like to strand at least one more. Here comes the 0-2. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Craig stays at first base.
Next up,
So now each pitcher with a couple of strikeouts. And Kyla Brown, the number 9 batter here for Roxana, will step up to the plate for the first time. She is a freshman, so no stats for her from last year. And Thomas trying to get out of an inning and leaving another runner on base. Dimmick gives her the sign. Thomas brings it home. Inside, ball 1.
Johnson found that inside corner. Just was mowing him in there, the last batter there. Tried the inside corner over there with 2 strikes. Still continues to miss that.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to paint those corners. There's a strike. But that last pitch that struck out Mills looking was definitely on the outside corner of the plate to the right-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Kyla Brown. Ava Cherry, who made the diving catch to end the last half inning, waits in the on-deck circle. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a slow roller. Carson Mode gobbles it up, throws over to first base in time, and one more runner is stranded on the bags for the Roxana Shells. So we now head to the home half of the second inning, and Collinsville looking to string together some hits here, and we'll be back to tell you all about it after another timeout coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530.
Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, my name is Todd Duke. Chris Kettler, he's on the other microphone. We're glad that you are with us here on a nice, sunny, warm afternoon here in mid-March. We appreciate everybody watching. Bottom of the second, no score yet between Collinsville and Roxana. And batting for the Kahawks to lead off this inning is number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Addie Stone, the designated player. Addie yesterday went 2 for 3, couple of runs scored, couple of RBIs, had a double, and also received a walk in yesterday's 22-2 win over Father McGivney, and that one's low and inside for ball 1. So it will be the middle of the order. Addie Stone, Faith Fairchild, and Carson Mode due up here in the bottom half of the second inning for Collinsville. Stallhut pitches, and that one's high. Stallhut has a couple of strikeouts in that first inning, and hasn't really found her groove yet either. Of course, this is Roxana's season opener, so they're just now trying to get into game shape, if you will. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. Amy Flowers, the coach at first base. Jessica Smitling down at third base. Roxana has a lot of colors, man. Red, yellow, blue, white. Stallhut ready with the 2-1. Outside ball 3.
Well, no shortage of different colors. You can have shirts.
Yeah.
Coaches down there are in blue shirts. They got red pants.
Wonder if they have yellow pants. Wouldn't surprise me. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. So that was a good rip there by Stone.
Yeah, there were 3 balls that she was able to lay off of, but too close to the zone. She took some good rips at. Just swung through that one.
Full count to Addie Stone. Stallhut looks down at her wrist for the pitch that she has been given by the coaching staff. Swinging a shot down the first baseline. That one's fair, and it's going to roll all the way into the corner. Stone is on her way to second base, and she is going to be there with a stand-up double.
Yep, they actually called that dead as it hit that tarp there. As it comes into that little recessed area towards the tarp, I think that's out of play. And so she was able to make it for the double.
Yeah, she was already around first base when that was called, so she was on her way to second, so they let her go ahead and take second base. And now Faith Fairchild with an RBI opportunity here for Collinsville. So 2 doubles in the game so far for Collinsville. First pitch to Fairchild is a swing and a miss.
Yep.
Faith Fairchild yesterday went 2 for 5 with a couple of runs scored, 2 RBIs, also had a double. Collinsville's been hitting some doubles here early on in the year.
Good job by Stone to keep that one fair. She was up there wanting to get hit. She was real aggressive, but not too aggressive.
Miss. Fairchild swings through the first 2, and out in front is Stallhut, and that was fair by maybe about 5 inches.
I don't quite know who painted that line. It seemed like it was kind of curves a bit, so maybe we got some generousness there.
Swinging a foul ball out of play. Keeps the count at 0-2 to Faith Fairchild, the second baseman for Collinsville. Fairchild, a sophomore. Stallhut, the senior pitcher for Roxana, ready with the next pitch. That one's high, gets back to the screen. Stone on her way to third base. The throw is going to be too late.
Good job getting in there.
And a wild pitch will put Stone at third base. So Collinsville with an RBI opportunity with no one out. So anything, sacrifice fly, base hit, of course. Another wild pitch, swinging a foul ball back to the screen. Yep. And Fairchild stays alive.
Good job staying alive, trying to make something happen. Got to get this run in with nobody out.
Got to put the ball in play. Make the defense work. Stallhut with the 1-2 delivery on the way. Swinging a pop fly. That one's on the infield, or it's going to get out of play. I thought for a minute there that Lily Ray, the catcher, was going to have a chance at it, but shocking that the wind didn't push that back in the field of play. So it stays 1-2. Addie Stone at third base. She would like to score and break this 0-0 tie. Stallhut ready with another 1-2 pitch. Swinging barely got a piece of that one. And it gets away, so they throw it down to first base. I thought she might have got a piece of it. I guess not.
No, because she swung through it there, and it was a line ball, and she didn't really.
Well, they appealed down to the umpire out there in the shortstop area, and he agreed that it was not hit. I thought it was, but you know what? I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
Catcher didn't really catch it, and Fairchild could have ran down to first, but sometimes that confusion works against you.
Yeah. So third strikeout of the game for Stallhut. That'll bring up Carson Mode, the third baseman. Carson yesterday had a triple. Went 2 for 2. 3 runs scored. Had a triple and a double. Walked a couple of times. Also had a stolen base yesterday. She's looking for a little base hit here to bring home Addie Stone. 1-0 pitch to Mode on the outside corner, 1-1. Stallhut looks over to the dugout and has the sign from the coaching staff. Looks at her wrist, brings home another pitch. Swing and a miss, and
bomb dropped out of that one.
Yeah, Mode was out in front of that one. She was expecting fastball and did not get a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, 1 out, runner at third for your Collinsville Kahawks. Stallhut rocks back and forth, brings home another. That one's on the outside corner as well, and down on strikes goes Mode. 4th strikeout of the game for Stallhut, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for the senior pitcher, and it's up to Keegan Edwards to get Stone home from third base. Edwards yesterday, 3 for 4, 4 runs batted in, a couple of runs scored as well, and she also had a stolen base. And looks at one high, ball 1.
Have to get a hit here now to bring the run in, unless there's a pass ball or something.
Well, a wild pitch puts Stone at third base. Can get another one of those. Pass ball, base hit, swing and a miss, 1-1. Nice to see that the scoreboard works here this year.
Yeah, it didn't work at all last year. There was no getting it working. Or I think they got it to work the last game and I wasn't here.
Next pitch, another swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, so Stallhut is 1 strike away from retiring the side via the strikeout and getting out of a jam with a leadoff double, and Stone at third base after a wild pitch. She's been down there with no outs, now down there with 2. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Edwards, and that puts an end to the inning. So Collinsville gets another hit and leaves another runner stranded on base, and that's going to do it for 2 innings. We head now to the top of the 3rd inning. That's the top of the 3rd, you stupid computer. And we'll be back to tell you all about the 3rd inning after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
CUSD 10 residents have an opportunity to improve our schools without increasing the property tax rate by voting yes on March 19th. The Zero Rate Change Ballot Initiative will provide funds to improve school safety and security, upgrade heating and cooling equipment, and make facilities more accessible to disabled students, staff, and visitors. For more information, visit yesforsaferschools.org. This message was brought to you by the Citizens for Safer Schools. Vote yes for the Unit 10 ballot initiative.
Top of the order comes back around for the Shells. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you here at the Collinsville Sports Complex. Ava Cherry, who flew out to Lexi Rafalowski to start off this game, is back up there. And Marissa Thomas back in the circle, ready to get the 3rd inning underway. Here's the pitch, outside.
Kahawks threatened in the 1st and in the 2nd, couldn't bring either runner in. To put up another 0 here is Thomas here in the 3rd.
Roxana, by the way, is 9-8 versus Collinsville. They had a number of years that they played double headers against each other. That one's on the outside corner. I think from 2003 to 2005. I think I told you to throw my sheet away that had my questions for Jess Smitling on it, and on the other side is when I had all that information. 2003 to 2006, I want to say, they played double headers 4 straight years, and Collinsville only won 1 of those. That one's on the outside corner.
I believe we had a real good pitcher come through those 4 years, and they were all about playing Collinsville then, and did well apparently.
And then they kind of got away from him for a little while, but then picked it back up here over the last 3 years. 2-1 the count, and now 2-2 with a foul ball out of play to Ava Cherry, the center fielder who, as I mentioned, flew out to her opposing center field counterpart, Lexi Ralphalowski, to open up this game. We are in the top of the 3rd. No score between Collinsville and Roxana. Collinsville's had a couple of chances. Runners in scoring position in both innings. And that one misses high and outside. Full count now to Cherry. Lily Ray, the catcher, waits on deck. First, got to deal with the lefty, Ava Cherry. Thomas brings home another one. That one's outside and a walk.
Lost her.
Next up, number 22.
Got to find that strikeout pitch, and Another one where Demick and Thomas have a little trouble getting the ball back to her. Been a few of those.
Third walk of the game for
I
Thomas.
think she's struggling with the sun in her eyes, is Demick.
Yeah, could be.
They threw a ball back in. She just about missed it. So I think that's where some of the problems are.
Here is Lily Ray, who walked and was stranded at second back in the first inning. Pitch, bunt, straight up into the air, comes down. Thomas over to first, in time for out number one. Trying to go over to third. Carson Mode came in, so there was no one at third to cover the bag. And that will allow Ava Cherry to go all the way from first to third on a sacrifice bunt.
First of all, Thomas could have maybe got a better jump out the circle. She might have been able to get that one in the air. It was popped up in the air a bit. And then Cherry stayed aggressive there as the third baseman. Mode came in to field it, and then she saw that there was nobody there, made it safely.
So one out and a runner at third base. Collinsville had a runner at third base with nobody out in the last half inning. Couldn't bring that runner home, so the Shells are going to try to see if they can do that. Here's a shot to Bardwell. She backhands. She throws home. Dimmick has it, and safe. Slid right past the tag. Dimmick kind of hesitated a little bit to bring it from the right side of her body to the left side, and that allowed the runner to score.
That throw was right there about the same time as the runner, but yeah, she had to bring the ball from one side of her to the other. Real bang-bang type play. Jess wants a little bit of an explanation here on what umpire saw. Run on the board for the Shells.
Yep, sure is. Yeah, I know what she's saying. I know she's trying, but the umpire was correct in the call from our angle.
Next up, number 13, designated player.
Dimmick is just having some problems with the sun in her eyes, so that could have happened again there on the throw. But good aggressive play by Bardwell to try to get the runner out, coming home, save the run.
Yeah, Bardwell snared that backhander and immediately threw home. If it would have been on the third base side of the bag, the runner, Cherry, would have slid right into the tag. But Dimmick had to bring it from her right hip to her left hip, and that allowed the runner to slide in there before Dimmick could get that tag around. So runner on at first base, one run home. Shells lead by one, top of the third inning. And here is Ridley Allen. Designated player walked and was stranded at first base back in the first inning. So right now, Collinsville's job is just to keep the damage at one run. You don't want innings to balloon on you.
And that's the chance you take, trying to get the runner out at home. Could have maybe got the easy out at first. Went to 2 outs, but they got the run. They let the run score.
Thomas is ready with a 1-1 pitch to Allen. Here's this, and it's outside.
One got away from her,
way
outside.
Yep. Got some players buzzing around over here outside the box with all kinds of colors on, man. They have a rainbow jerseys going on over here. Here's the 2-1. Strike on the outside corner. 2-2.
That one started way off outside and just happened to drop in. Nasty pitch there from Thomas.
2-2 the count to Ridley Allen, the designated player for Roxana here this afternoon. Here is the pitch, swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Allen for out number 2.
Number 8, shortstop, Kennedy Robine.
And that is the third strikeout of the game for Thomas. And here is Kennedy Robine, the shortstop, who popped up in foul territory, and Keegan Edwards handled that pop-up back in the first inning, and that was the end of that first inning. Runner at first, 2 down, 1 run already home. Thomas and company trying to keep it at that 1 run. Here comes the pitch. Strike called.
Last 3 pitches have been pretty good there from Thomas. She's really found a good groove here. Struck out the last one and gets ahead of this batter.
Kennedy Robine. R-O-B-I-E-N. Robine. She's a junior and looks at one high and outside. That was the only one that I had to go ask the coach about. How do you pronounce that? I was thinking Robine. But he was like, no, Robine. I'm like, oh, okay. I would have been totally wrong. That's why I ask. Don't like to be wrong. Then you hear remarks from parents.
That one drops in.
Yeah, 2-2. One runner on first base. One ball, 2 strikes the count. 2 outs. Thomas trying to get out of this inning, see if she can get a strikeout. See if Robine wants to cooperate. That one's outside, 2-2 now.
Mix it up there, went outside with that one. Stayed away.
Thomas ready with the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. That one is going to be in play. Dimmick is underneath it and has it for the final out of the inning. Those are always tough, especially with that wind blowing the way it is. But the inning does come to a close, but not before Roxana gets on the board with 1 run. And they did so without a hit as the walk came around to score on the fielder's choice, and then the infield little knock, and no errors in the inning, and 1 more runner left on base. That's 4 left on base now for Roxana. We will head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and we'll be back to tell you all about that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Aubrey Mason is the only Lady Kahok who has not had an opportunity to bat here, but she will get that opportunity now, as she will lead off the bottom half of the 3rd inning for Collinsville. Then back to the top, and Lexi Rafalowski and Emma Hilton. If anyone can get on, Bailey Dimmick will have a chance to maybe knock in a run or 2. What are we doing?
The coach was giving the umpire some, so Roxana's made some kind of change, I guess. I don't know if we'll get it or not.
Don't know. Mason will be the batter, though. That much we do know. Aubrey went 1 for 1 yesterday with a walk also and a run scored. Can't see numbers from where we stand, so I really don't know. Of course, the umpire's not going to look up here and tell us, is he?
They didn't give it to us.
Yeah.
Might be some kind of change in the field. I haven't been able to figure it out myself just yet.
Yeah, I would imagine something like that, but right now I just
try to
don't
figure it
know.
out.
Pitcher and the catcher remain the same. That much I do know. I guess maybe we'll see if anything changes in the batting order. Here is the first pitch to Aubrey Mason, and that one's right down the middle for a strike.
That first baseman, 10. 10 might be your new first baseman, Reagan Martin.
Reagan Martin instead of Kyla Brown.
Looks like she's 10. Really can't see any outfielders.
Swing. And a miss by Mason. Well, Brown was 11, so that's definitely not an 11, is it?
It's 10.
Okay. Maybe that's it. Here's the next pitch, outside and low.
All the infield looks good. Haven't been able to catch any outfielders.
Reagan Martin is a freshman. And here comes the 1-2, and a foul ball will keep it at 1-2.
That could be 16 or 18. Those are the 3 subs. They had 10, 16, or 18.
Yeah.
And
it's just kind of hard to see.
It's one of those numbers.
Unless she turns around. She turned around once, but she's got that ponytail, and I can't see the number.
Yeah, it looked like a 0 or a 6 or an 8. I couldn't tell.
And a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Aubrey Mason.
Next up, number 5, center fielder.
That is the 5th strikeout for Stallhut. She doesn't have a ponytail. She's got long hair. It's a 16, isn't it? Lexi Rafalowski comes up to the plate for the second time in this game. Lexi got caught looking at a called third strike, and she tries a little slap bunt, and it goes back to the screen. I believe that is 16, and that would be Kyra Fisher, a senior. And a ball outside to Rafalowski.
Right fielder's playing a few more steps to her right. It's not, still pretty big gap though. Rafalowski can get it up the middle.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1 out in the inning. Swinging a shot right back to where it came from off of Stallhut. She didn't know where it was, and Rafalowski is way too fast not to beat that one out. And during the throw, I did see that is number 16 at first base.
Left fielder, number 1.
So a little infield hit by Rafalowski. And Collinsville has 1 on and 1 out. Third hit of the afternoon for the Kahawks. And here is Emma Hilton, who was a strikeout victim her first time up at well, but hers was swinging instead of looking. And I would expect Lexi Rafalowski to do some running here.
I'd like to see get her to take second.
And she's off, and it goes back to the screen, and there's going to be no throw.
Wild pitch there.
Yep. Second wild pitch issued by Stallhut. First one put Addie Stone down at third base with nobody out, but Collinsville couldn't bring her home. So an RBI opportunity now for Emma Hilton. And the pitch, bunt, third baseline. That's going to get Rafalowski to third, and the throw over to first is in time. So Collinsville has a runner at third base and 2 outs.
Next up, catcher, number 4.
Not all bad there. You move the runner over. Have a chance for Dimick here. You also force Roxana to make a play. The throw was almost a little bit off. Could have pulled the first baseman off the bag.
Dimick doubled her first time up. See if she can do that again. We'll have a tie game. She bounced the ball right in front of Madeline Murphy out in left field, and it went past Murphy. That one's inside, right across the knees of the Collinsville catcher, Bailey Dimick. Rafalowski down at third base. Let's see if Dimick can bring her home. Here is the 1-2. Strike called, 1-1. Stallhut looks at her wristband again and brings it in. Swinging a little foul ball. Barely got a piece of that one. Bottom dropped out of it at the last second.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. She could have got anything on that one. Just a small piece of it went foul.
4-3-3, whatever that is. That's the next pitch coming. And here it is, outside. Ball 2, 2-2. Rafalowski at third base. 2 outs in the inning, 2-2 the count to the batter, Bailey Dimick.
Looking to drive her in here and tie this game up.
Had the only home run last year. Would like one of those right now. That'd be fun. Wind still blowing out. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a roller down the the second baseman goes under her glove and into the outfield. And Dimick comes through with an RBI single, and we are tied at 1.
There you go. Didn't have to be a whole heck of a lot, but enough that the second baseman going to her left just couldn't get it. Just under her glove as she arrived at the ball, and Rafalowski comes in and scores, ties up.
So Roxana gets a run in the top half of the third. Collinsville answers right back here in the bottom half of the third. And let's see if Katie Bardwell can keep things going here. Bardwell lined out on a spectacular play by the center fielder Cherry back in the first inning, and that ended the inning. And
catcher Ray had a hard time coming up with that one.
Sure did.
Dimick was kind of in between whether or not she was going to go or not, and ended up taking the base.
We'll give her a stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position here for Collinsville. Let's see if Katie Bardwell can deliver. Stallhut is ready. Here comes the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Outside and a little high as well. Addie Stone waits on deck. Stone got a double to lead off the second inning and then went to third on a wild pitch and was stranded there. She was down there with nobody out. Here comes the 2-0 to Bardwell. A swinging a high fly ball. That one's going to get out of play and almost a nice catch by a fan down there for Roxana, but bounced right off his hands.
Bottom dropped out. That one looked like that one was heading for the dirt, or at least a low ball, but Bardwell took a swing at it.
2-1 the count. Looks like we got a mole problem out there in left center field, doesn't it? See some raised dirt.
Yep, see that.
And a high fly ball. Cherry is on the run, and she'll make the catch, and that's the second time that Ava Cherry has retired Katie Bardwell. This one, the fly-out variety, but Collinsville does get a run home, and they do so on 2 base hits in the inning. No errors committed, and another runner left. Collinsville has left 3 base runners on here in this game, but we head now to the top of the 4th inning, and we are tied. I said top of the 4th, computer. Thank you very much. We head to the top of the 4th inning. We are tied 1-1, and we'll be back to tell you all about the 4th inning in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
Maddie John, the third baseman for Roxana, leads us off here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-1 game. And looks at one down the middle for a called strike. Maddie John was a strikeout victim her first time up. And if anyone gets on this inning for Roxana, we'll find out, I guess, exactly if Kyra Fisher is going to bat for Kyla Brown. Had a defensive replacement in the last half inning. That one's outside and high. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. It'll be Maddie John, Macy Craig, Kristen Mills, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters here in the top of the 4th inning for Roxana. Thomas rocks and brings it back, and a little pop fly, and on the run is Bardwell. She can't get there. Then she boots it. It goes all the way to the fence. A throw over to second base is going to get away, and going over to third base is going to be the leadoff batter, Maddie John.
Well, that's unfortunate. Trying to be a little bit aggressive there as Bardwell to get to it. Just would have let it fall. Might have just been John at first base, but then it gets booted, and then a bad throw.
So
Let's
2
go all the way to
errors.
third.
2 errors on Bardwell. First kicking the ball out of the diamond, and then a bad throw trying to get Faith Fairchild to catch that ball at second base, but it went well past her glove as she was reaching over to the first base side for it and into the outfield. So unfortunately,
the Cavs did everything they could to get this game tied back in the third, but might end up giving up another run here. Minimize the damage if that's the case.
yeah, Macy Craig due up. base hit her first time up in the second inning, but was left stranded. And that's kind of been the only base hit for Roxana here. There's a swing and a foul ball back to the screen. They did not have a base hit when they scored their run into third. A walk, a sacrifice bunt, fielder's choice. So the only hit for Roxana so far has been the one by Macy Craig in the second inning. Thomas ready with an 0-1. Swinging a bouncing ball to Bardwell. She looks the runner back at third, throws over to first for the out. Nice play there by Bardwell.
Yeah, runner
Next up,
wasn't aggressive there. Didn't go after that one.
Mills.
Trying to go home. Didn't want to get gunned out. Still got more opportunities here as this is 10 batting.
All right. 10, that is Reagan Martin.
Then you have Fisher on deck, so maybe they brought in a new right fielder also that last inning.
So Reagan Martin is a freshman. No stats on her. Big spot for a freshman. There's a swing and another chance for Bardwell. She comes home with it and safe again at home plate as that throw was a little high and Dimmick had to come down and make the tag, and by then Maddie John was already home.
Next up, number 16, Kyra Fisher.
Yeah, was she safe?
Yep.
He confused me with how he signaled it.
Yeah, he sure was. Or she sure was safe. So Roxana breaks the 1-1 tie. 2-1 now in favor of the Shells. Runner on at first base, still just one out. Now the girls want to talk about it in the pitcher's circle.
Let's see how long they let this one go.
So that'll be a unearned run for the Collinsville Kahawks and Marissa Thomas. And is this Kyla Brown? Oh, no.
No, this is Fisher. The one we knew had subbed at first.
Kyra Fisher. Outside, runner goes, and the throw is going to go into the outfield. And Rafalowski, nice job backing her up. So a stolen base by Martin.
They had a feeling there was going to be an aggressive spot there by Roxana to try to take that bag right away. Throw just wasn't on time.
Kyra Fisher last year batted 146 with 6 runs batted in. All of her hits last year were singles. 1 ball and now a strike, so now 1-1. And Martin will have to go back to second base. Back to the top of the order, Ava Cherry waits on deck. Runner at second, 1 out, 1 run already home. Roxana gets that run right back that Collinsville got in the bottom half of the third.
Thomas did her job after the hit, the errors, and then just a couple batters that got the ball in, grounders on the infield. Just couldn't get the outs.
Thomas pitches. This is a fly ball that's going to go out of play.
They get the 1 out, but just wasn't able to get that second one on the aggressive play, but throw home.
So 2 runs home for Roxana here in this game, and they've only collected 1 hit in this contest thus far. Runner at second, 1 out. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a chance for Faith Fairchild at second, over to first for the out. And that'll move Martin over to third, but there are 2 outs.
Just make the easy play.
Yep.
Center fielder number
Like to
5,
see that.
Ava Cherry.
Worry about that runner too much. Now go ahead and get this third out.
That's what you need. There's Ava Cherry, who came around to score after a walk in the third inning to score the game's first run. Flew out to Lexi Rafalowski in the center field to start this game off. And Thomas ready to go. And that one bounces in the dirt. Nice job by Dimmick to keep it in front of her. Cherry. Lefty. Against Thomas, the righty. Here's the pitch. That one's outside as well. That one didn't bounce in the dirt. The first one did. It was going to be outside anyway.
Just not one to give Cherry anything to hit. Not too afraid to pitch around her if you have to.
Yeah. Next pitch also outside. That appears to be the case.
This might be the case.
Lily Array, the catcher, waits on deck. Thomas gets back up on the pitching rubber, rocks back and forth, brings it home, and a strike called. Showing bunt there was Ava Cherry. Cherry digs back in from the left side. 3-1 the count, 2 outs, runner at third, and the pitch. Swing and a base hit.
Well, thought they were going to pitch around her there, but trying to 3-1 pitch, got to come to her there, and Cherry finds something she can drive up the middle. Another run there for the Shells.
Yep, RBI single by Ava Cherry. Second hit of the afternoon for Roxana. And still a runner on over at first base. Another run across for the Shells, and the Roxana Shells are up now 3-1. And here is Lily Ray. Reached on a walk in the first, sacrifice bunt in the third. Thomas pitches. Strike called. Looks into Dimmick for her side. Has it. And pitches. Swinging a high fly ball. Lexi Rafalowski is backing up and makes the catch for the out. But in the inning, a couple more runs come across for Roxana. And they do so on a couple of errors by Collinsville, a fielder's choice, and an RBI single by Ava Cherry. And Roxana puts up 2 runs here in the 4th inning, and they take a 3-1 lead. We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Collinsville see if they can get some of that back, and we'll be back to tell you all about that 4th inning after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Couple more defensive changes for Roxana. The designated player, Ridley Allen, will come in behind the plate and take over for Lily Ray, and Jenny Brown, a freshman, will come in and take over the duties in left field for Madeline Murphy. So Coach Stallhut not afraid to mix things up here. Using his bench. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. First game of the year. You got to see where you can use them.
Addie Stone will lead things off. Addie had a double, went to third on a wild pitch, and was stranded at third base back in the 2nd inning, and she was at third base with nobody out, and Collinsville couldn't find the hit to bring her home or some other form of a way to bring her home. So she led off the 2nd with a double. Let's see what she does here in the 4th leading off. Stallhut pitches, swinging a foul ball back. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. It'll be Stone, Fairchild, and Mode. If anyone can get on, Keegan Edwards, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, will have a chance to bat. 1 run in the third for Roxana, 2 runs in the fourth. Collinsville got their lone run in the third. See if they can put up some runs here in their half of the fourth. That one's inside. 2-1 the count.
Stone with a good at bat second inning. She was selective, but still aggressive enough to get a hit and got that double.
High and outside, ball 3.
She's got a good eye.
Yep.
Laid off these outside pitches.
Collinsville down by 2. Got to have some base runners if you want a chance to come back and tie it.
Yeah, those early opportunities, didn't cash in on them. Really hurt, but still plenty of time left in this game.
Yep. Swinging a foul ball, I think, unless it hit the mitt. Made some kind of sound. At any rate, it's a strike and it's a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. The count to Addie Stone leading off the fourth inning here. Let's see if Addie can get on. Here is the pitch. Inside. Walked her. There you go.
And clipping inside there. Stallhut looking for the corner. Ball 4.
Next up, second baseman number 16, Faith Fairchild.
Faith Fairchild will come up to the plate. And I believe that is the first walk issued by Stallhut. Fairchild swings through the first pitch. Faith struck out her first time up. That was right after Addie Stone hit that double to lead off the second. But Faith Fairchild was up to the plate when Stallhut unleashed that wild pitch to put Stone over to third. Pitch, Stone goes, but a foul ball will send her back, I believe. I thought it was foul.
I think she offered at it, and it wasn't caught, or no contact on it. So
okay,
ball got past the catcher. She offered at it, but no contact. So Stone goes to second. It is a strike.
Yep. So 0-2 the count.
Not a foul ball.
To Faith Fairchild. I'm hearing noises, I guess. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes for the second time is Faith Fairchild. Stone down at second.
Number 18, Carson Mode.
Here is Carson Mode. And Carson got caught looking at a third strike. Matter of fact, Fairchild, Mode, and Edwards all struck out after Stone made it over to third base in that second inning. Stallhut ready to pitch to Carson. That's high.
They had changed catchers there, so that's what added to that there for Roxana on the steal.
Stallhut ready with another pitch. The 1-0 to Carson Mode on the way. Mode squares around to bunt, takes it back, takes a strike. 1-1. Keegan Edwards waits on deck. Addie Stone at second base. Get her home. Collinsville will only be down by 1 run. Mode from the right side, and Stallhut ready to pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Carson would like to get something to drive here. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes again is Carson Mode. 2 away.
Couldn't find the contact on that. Swung through a couple pitches. Now 2 outs.
Keegan Edwards is the last opportunity here for Collinsville in this 4th inning with Stone down at second base. And Stallhut is ready. Swing and a miss.
She only wears 1 batting glove. Left hand's got a batting glove on. Barehanded with the right hand.
Stallhut struck out 4 in a row after she struck out the side. In the second inning, she struck off the leadoff batter, Avery Mason, to start off the 3rd. And now looking to strike out the side once again, and she's ahead in the count. 0-2 is Stallhut. Let's see if Edwards can catch up with one. It's high. Keeps her up there for just a little while longer. Stallhut looks over to her dad. He's the one reading the signs and brings the next one home. Swing and a miss. And once again, Stallhut strikes out the same 3 batters she did in the second inning. Fairchild, Mode, and Edwards all go down swinging. And that's going to do it for the 4th inning. And Collinsville strands another runner. That is their 4th runner stranded here in this contest. So now we head to the 5th inning. And Roxana looking to maybe put some more runs on the board, and we'll be back to tell you all about that 5th inning here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Roxana's pitcher, Callista Stallhut, leads off here in this 5th inning. It'll be the middle of the order: Stallhut, Allen, and Robine, as we move right along here into the 5th. Collinsville trailing 3-1.
Yep, Kahok scraped off a run there in the 3rd, but then Stallhut, after the initial walk, mows him down. 1-2-3 after that. To see a good shutdown inning here after Kahok gave up a couple in the 4th.
Need one. 1 ball, 1 strike to count now after the first one missed to Stallhut. Stallhut, pop foul. Back in the 1st inning. Nice play by Keegan Edwards as she was getting ready to run out of room. And then Stallhut reached on a fielder's choice, and now she pops one up again. This one is going to be handled by Faith Fairchild. This one stays in the field of play.
Next up, designated player number 13, Ridley
And
Allen.
that'll bring up Ridley Allen. Ridley Allen, the designated player to start. Now she's the catcher.
Designated player comes in to play the field.
Allen walked in the 1st and was stranded, struck out in the 3rd. Collinsville would just love a 1-2-3 inning here. Get back at the offense. Swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Aubrey Mason, and then Rexy Rafalowski comes over from center field and makes the catch. So 2 quick outs.
Rafalowski just a few steps in, going to her left, takes the charge, makes that catch. What you like to see from her out there in center field?
Kennedy Robine, the shortstop, grounded out to first base back in the 1st. That ended the 1st inning, and then popped up to Bailey Dimmick right at home plate in her last at bat. So 0 for 2 on the afternoon for Robine. Thomas goes to work. And a nice pitch there, a little off-speed delivery. Finds the inside corner. 0-1 to Robine.
Hadn't been able to find that corner too much, and then she kind of stopped looking for it, but gets it there.
Cardinals won today, 8-6 over Boston. Blues beat the team from Boston last night. So how about back-to-back wins over the Beantowners?
There you go. Like to see that.
Yeah.
Cardinals play Boston this year in the regular season at Busch, and I think a lot of people are hoping that Collinsville's Tanner Houck will be pitching one of those games.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people from Collinsville will probably go to that game if that's the case. We'll see. That's I believe it's fairly early in the season, like in May.
Yeah. Foul ball out of play. And 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Kennedy Robine. Kennedi is how she spells Kennedy. Here's the 1-2. And that one's fouled. A little check swing there, but couldn't stop fast enough for Robine, and she keeps the count at 1-2 with Maddie John, the 3rd baseman, on deck here for Roxana.
One strike away from this 1-2-3 inning.
First 2 outs came kind of quick. This one, a little bit more work. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Ooh. That one had a little taken off of it as well. Home plate umpire lost the count. 2-2.
2-2.
Okay. Maybe that's why he shot a look up here.
Well, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. High, full count. Don't lose her and extend the inning. Thomas. Ready in the circle, and here's the pitch. Swinging a shot right over the glove of Thomas, and it'll roll slowly to Lexi Ralphalowski, and reaching safely on a very good at bat by Kennedy Robine.
Jump up a little bit forward.
Yeah.
Just barely over a glove. It leaves her feet a little bit. Maybe snag that one. Fortunately, that wasn't the case.
Well, those kind of things, man, they have ways to haunt you sometimes. As Maddie John is going to come up now. She reached on the double error by Katie Bardwell in the last inning and was a strikeout victim her first time up in the second.
Dimick over here, maybe
got something in her eye.
Something in her eye. I don't know if she wears contacts. Maybe it's a contact issue. They're checking her out.
Amanda Bauer getting ready to irrigate that eye a little bit.
Yeah, good thing the trainer's here that she can tend to Dimick.
Could be a grain of dust. Or a contact thing, yep. So runner on at first.
Didn't take too long?
No, 2 outs. First 2 batters went down kind of quickly. Robine battled and took a 3-2 pitch right over the outstretched glove of Marissa Thomas. So Maddie John will bat after Robine can keep the inning going. Thomas is ready, and here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Took a little something off that one as well. Macy Craig waits on deck for the Shells. Thomas ready with the 0-1. And that one's just a little bit inside. Gets away from Dimick. Throw down to second base, not in time as Bardwell was a couple of steps in front of the bag anyway.
Robine there was kind of in between. After Dimick didn't handle it too quickly, she decided to head down there to second.
Second stolen base in the afternoon for Roxana. Puts a runner in scoring position here for Maddie John. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one's way outside. That one got away from Thomas. Good job by Dimick. Leave her feet and come out to make that catch. Or else there would be a runner just 60 feet away. Thomas ready with another. That one floats in there. 2-2.
Another opportunity here to get out of this inning. No runs. See, get a strikeout maybe?
I wouldn't mind. Maddie John struck out in the second. Thomas is ready. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and you got your wish there, Chris Keller.
She had her there.
Yep.
Great job striking her out.
4th strikeout of the afternoon for Thomas. No runs come across the plate this time for Roxana. And we head to the home half of the 5th inning, getting kind of late here. So we'll see what Collinsville can do in their half of the 5th inning, and we're back to tell you about it in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from the Collinsville Sports Complex. Beautiful day. Good ball game. 3-1 Roxana leads. Other than that, it's been a good ball game. And we'll see if Collinsville can do any damage here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the 9-hitter, Aubrey Mason, to lead things off. Then back to the top of the order, and Lexi Rafalowski and Emma Hilton. Aubrey Mason, her only at bat was a strikeout. Stallhut has had 5 of those here this afternoon. She's back out there to deal once again. Here's the pitch, high and outside.
Collinsville's had some early opportunities they weren't able to quite cash in. We'll see after Mason bats here. We'll start going the third time through the lineup here. So kind of adjustments they make facing Stallhut.
Stallhut has her sign, swing and a miss by Mason. 1 ball, 1 strike to count with Lexi Rafalowski waiting on deck. Rafalowski has scored the only run here today for Collinsville. And here comes the next to Mason. Swing and a miss. Seems like the bottom of the order here just can't quite catch up with that fastball from Stallhut. As Fairchild, Mode, and Edwards went down in order in the 2nd and the 4th. And Aubrey Mason led off the 3rd with a strikeout as well, trying not to duplicate that sequence. This one's outside, 2-2. I think we got another nice day in store for us tomorrow around here in the Midwest as well, and then a little bit of rain in the forecast after that. High, ball 3, 3-2. Then we got a little bit of a chilly day, I believe, for Friday as we go to GCS Ballpark for a baseball game between Collinsville and New Trier out of Winnetka, Illinois. I'm wondering if they can see Lake Michigan from their high school. I mean, it is like right on. There's a strike called, and down on strikes is Mason for the 2nd batter in a row. I was looking at that Google map when I was clicking on Winnetka, and I'm like, it is right on Lake Michigan.
North Shore.
Yeah.
Most famous Collinsville New Trier game was state championship girls soccer game. Collinsville faced a very good New Trier team.
Lexi Rafalowski swings, and right back to Stallhut it goes, and a throw over and 2 quick outs.
Mason probably put up a little bit of a battle there, but after she's out, Rafalowski aggressive there and just gets it back to Stallhut.
Emma Hilton struck out in her first plate appearance in the 1st inning, and a sacrifice. That's what got Rafalowski to 3rd. So she could score the only run back in the 3rd inning. And there's a slow roller, and Stallhut picks it up again, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Roxana out in the field will send us very quickly to the top of the 6th now. It's getting kind of late here as we will move it right along. And how about the top of the 6th? Oh, come on. You know, it says change sides. You would figure it would go from the bottom of the 5th to the top of the 6th, but it goes back to the top of the 5th. So sometimes these computer programs have a mind of their own. But at any rate, we're going to the 6th inning. Collinsville trailing by a score of 3-1. And we are back to tell you all about the top of the 6th inning after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Bottom of the order to get things started here in the 6th inning. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you. Macy Craig, and then Reagan Martin and Kyra Fisher due up here in this inning. The 7, 8, and 9 batters facing Marissa Thomas, swinging a pop fly. This one's in shallow field and pops out of the glove of Katie Bardwell. That is her 3rd error of this game.
Well, she was right there on it.
She was.
Just didn't complete the catch. Getting the ball in the web of the glove there and popped out.
You know, she would like to forget about all that stuff, man.
Reagan Martin.
Reagan Martin.
Really not indicative of what she's capable of.
Oh, I know.
Saying 3 errors, and that's, you'd like to see the aggressiveness from her make these plays, and really not what you'd like to see.
Reagan Martin reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score in that 2-run fourth for Roxana. Now she bunched, does so in the air, but it's in foul territory, and almost getting there was Keegan Edwards.
Yeah. Ball would have stayed straight on fair, but it veered off to the right last second. No staying with that one.
So 0-1 the count to Reagan Martin. Martin, one of 5 freshmen on the team this year for Roxana. Here is Thomas's next pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Apparently didn't have a JV game. JV team did Roxana because the JV game was canceled.
Yeah,
so that's all they got. Numbers-wise.
Collinsville's JVers are over practicing on the JV field.
Still looking to play their first game.
Yeah.
But Givney didn't have JV yesterday either.
Pitch, swing, and that one hit the foul line and then hit the foul line and then darted back into the field of play. And Keegan Edwards stayed with it.
Started off foul and rolled fair, and then Edwards got to it and just tagged out the batter coming up the line.
Yep.
Moves the runner Craig over to second.
That it does, and she's there with 1 out. And the number 9 hitter in the order, Kyra Fisher, up to the plate. She grounded out in her only at bat after she came in for Kyla Brown. And a chance for Faith Fairchild, and she'll throw over to first for out number 2. And in the process, Macy Craig makes it over to third base.
Center fielder number 5, Ava
Pitch
Cherry.
1 out. Fairchild takes care of that one. Let's go back to the top of the order now for Shells. Cherry was able to drive in a run.
Yep, in her last at bat in the 4th inning.
In the 4th, yeah.
Trying to duplicate that process here. Collinsville trying to prevent that from happening. Collinsville needed to keep this game at a 2-run deficit and have a chance to come back in the home half of the 6th, and if they need be, the 7th. Cherry, single, walk, run scored, and a fly out. Runner at third, 2 away. 1-0 pitch is now a 2-0 count to Cherry. Lily Ray, the catcher, who got replaced earlier, is on deck. Softball rules.
Maybe she's coming back in.
Could be. It appears so. Thomas. Swing and a high fly ball. Lexi Rafalowski is on the move, but that one's going to be well shallow, and Faith Fairchild at second base hauled that one in. I couldn't see it because it was out of my view. I saw Rafalowski get on her horse and start running. I thought she was going to be the one that was going to haul it in, but
she just wants to make sure she can back it up in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah, I got that. I understand that, sir. All right, another runner stranded here for Roxana. We now head to the home half of the 6th inning, and we're back to tell you about it in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, GASA Storage at gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex. We are over by the Fireman's Hall, the Bingo Hall. Bingo. Right across the street from Collinsville Middle School and the new water plant here in Collinsville. And the Cahoks trail by 2, and it's getting late. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, scheduled for 7. Middle of the order here for Collinsville. Bailey Dimmick, Katie Bardwell, and Addie Stone are due up. Need to start doing some damage now. Dimmick has doubled and singled in this game, or single, back in the 3rd inning. Plated the only run. The only RBI for Collinsville is by Dimmick, who had a great day yesterday, 5 for 6. 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 3 doubles. She has a double here in this one as well.
First pitch almost hit her and swung at it.
Next pitch to Dimmick, a little bit low.
There you go.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Sun is getting a little long here. Getting a little low, I was wanting to say.
Less than an hour now from sunset.
Yeah, swinging back to the fence, that one goes. Yeah, I think sunset is what, 7:05?
Yeah, just a little after 7 or so. We got lights here if we need it, if we go long. But let's hope not.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to go to the restroom by then. But if it means that Collinsville comes back and wins, I'll sacrifice myself. Here's the pitch. High. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. I'll sacrifice my bladder for the good of the team. Stallhut has the call from her dad. Head coach Wade Stallhut. And a shot right back to where it came from. Into center field it goes. And that's how we get this inning started. How about a little leadoff single by Bailey Dimmick? And Dimmick is now 3 for 3 on the afternoon. 5th hit of the game for Collinsville. And let's see if Katie Bardwell can get something going here.
Dimmick swinging the bat well here to start the season, first 2 games.
Sure is.
It's another hit.
Yeah, she's on fire. Bardwell would like to help her cause out and forget about those 3 errors. Bardwell has lined out and flied out both times to the center fielder Ava Cherry. The line out in the first inning was a spectacular Sports Center style top 10 catch. Laid out, going to her right. Here's the next. And that one's just a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Dimmick on at first base. The only thing she didn't do yesterday was steal a bag. Stallhut looks in. And the pitch. Swinging a shot to the shortstop. Bounces off her chest, then rolls off of her leg. Everybody's safe. And Bardwell will reach on the error by the shortstop, Robine. And that is the first error committed of the day by Roxana. And that puts runners on first and second for Collinsville with nobody out.
Hey, put balls in play. You never know what's going to happen. They might not make easy play right at Robine, but can't handle it cleanly. And first 2 have reached here for the Cahoks. And
Addie Stone up to the plate. She's been on base twice, once via the walk and once via a double.
Two very good at bats for her.
Well, there's a slow roller back to Stallhut. Bounces out of her glove. Her only play is over to first, so kind of works like a sacrifice as both runners will move up. Dimmick over to third base, and Bardwell down to second. So 1 out, runners in scoring position. The tying runs are in scoring position. And here is Faith Fairchild. Unfortunately, Faith has struck out both of her plate appearances, and this is where Stallwalt has really bared down. She has struck out Fairchild, Mode, Edwards, and Mason twice each. Swinging a foul back to the screen.
She's been throwing them fastballs into them here, so you got to think there's going to be something you can hit. Just catch up to it, find it. Didn't quite catch up with that one, foul it off, but
got a piece of it, though.
Got a piece of it. She knows what she needs to do.
Here's the next from Stallhut. Swinging a shot right back to her. She's going to throw over. Now we got 2 runners caught up, and Stallhut is going to chase one back to third, and then they're going to throw. Now a run's going to come home and score, and another pickle going on between second and third base. Here comes the return throw over to third, and they're going to go ahead and tag out the runner and back over to first base. Now we have an opportunity for Fairchild to end up at second base. And after all that, Dimmick ends up scoring. Bardwell gets tagged out. I'm not even going to try to figure out that play. And now the umpires want to talk about it and see if Bardwell was indeed tagged out.
Yeah, it seems she's tried to sidestep it a little bit. Maybe they missed the tag. Maybe they didn't. We'll have to talk about it. They're going to stick with the out. Worked out for the Kahawks to get the run. But Fairchild's going to end up at third because the throw did go back into that tarp area. She was about a step away from second base, so she gets the additional base because it went into that tarp area. Second time we've seen that happen here. So
crazy plays.
Crazy play. And actually, if you're Kahawks, you'll take that.
Yeah.
You end up with the out, but you got to run, and now a runner on third. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So Bardwell reached on an error and then ends up getting tagged out as both her and Dimmick were on third base almost at the same time. And Faith Fairchild ends up at third base after reaching on the fielder's choice. So, yeah, kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy there. Roxana, you just got to not let that run score here. You had chased her back.
So, what it all boils down to is a run scores. Collinsville is down by 1 run. And the tying run is down at third base in the form of Faith Fairchild, and Carson Mode, who has back-to-back strikeouts against Stallhut, is up to the plate. Stallhut got her looking in the first strikeout, swinging in the second, and there's a swing and a miss. Carson just can't catch up to that Stallhut fastball.
Got to make some contact. Maybe something will happen. That's what Fairchild was able to do.
Yeah.
Allowed the run to score.
Keep your eye on the ball. That one's outside, 1-1. Of course, a passed ball or a wild pitch would also get that tying run home. And Stallhut has 2 wild pitches here today. And the next pitch from the senior pitcher, swing and a miss by Mode. And Stallhut ready with yet another. And that one skips in there. Two outs, runner at third, 2-2 the count to Carson Mode. Stallhut is ready. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. High, full count. Keegan Edwards waits on deck.
That was a real close pitch.
Sure was.
Could have got rung up on that one.
Stallhut gets the signal from her dad. Rocks back and forth, and then a pitch, and that one is a called strike on the outside corner. And that is the way that the inning comes to a close. Second time tonight that Carson Mode has got caught looking at that third strike. Collinsville does get a big run in the bottom half of the 6th, and we now move to the top half of the 7th inning. And Roxana leads this one by a score of 3-2. And we're back to tell you about the 7th inning in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. One-run game. Roxana leads 3-2. And to lead things off, it'll be Lily Ray once again. She was in the on-deck circle when Ridley Allen came back out and did the catching, though, last half inning. But Lily Ray is going to take the at-bat here, and Lily has reached on a walk, a sacrifice bunt, and flew out in the fourth. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters here for Roxana. Swing and a miss. Marissa Thomas comes in with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts in this game so far today. We're in the top of the 7th. So Collinsville would like to hold this to that 1-run lead and see if they can come back and win it in the bottom of the 7th, walk-off style. Shade starting to take over. Might have to do a little camera adjustment here. Brighten it up just a bit. Here's the next pitch. Outside.
For the batter to get back in the box here before we can go. Now Thomas is ready.
A little brighter there for you. And a swing and a miss.
There you go.
2-2. That's the only problem with these webcams. But we got to have them because what we used to use is just the regular camcorder, and you just can't get enough of the field in, and there's not enough time for anyone to actually run the camera and swing it this way and swing it that way, and it'll be just a big blur. And the only problem with, there's a called strike 3. It's the only problem with web cameras is that they are not light sensitive, which means they don't know how to adjust themselves. You have to do it by hand.
Next up for this shell.
Great strikeout pitch there by Thomas.
Sure was. 5th strikeout of the game for Thomas.
Inside corner there. She's gone away from that a bit, but knew it was there for this one. And get past Stallhut here, the other pitcher.
Opposing pitcher up from the right-hand side. And the pitch from Thomas. Flight floats in there for another called strike. Stallhut on the day has popped up twice. Once in foul territory to Keegan Edwards, and the other one in fair territory to Faith Fairchild. And in between that, she reached on a fielder's choice, which gave her an RBI. That was the first run scored in the game back in the 3rd. And a swing and a foul ball back to the screen.
That gets ahead here 0-2. Got something to work with.
Got some clouds moving in. Gonna check my screen there, make sure it's not too dark for everyone. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball. Rafalowski is on the run, and she can't get there. Goes off of her glove all the way to the wall, and Stallhut is at second base with a very rare Lexi Rafalowski error in center field.
Any other center fielder, that's just going to be over her head there.
Yeah.
She's on her horse there, does a great job of getting to it, and was right there almost. Tough play to make.
So that'll bring up Ridley Allen. Allen walked in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and flew out to Rafalowski in the 5th. So a runner at second base with 1 out. And the pitch by Thomas is high and outside. I want to brighten this up a little bit more, but as soon as I do, the sun probably pop back out.
I don't think we're going to see the sun and again, if you ask me.
Well, we'll see if it ducks underneath that cloud that it's behind right now, and as it starts to set, I don't want to blind anyone.
About 40 minutes away from sunset. Sun might be behind them trees.
2-0 the count.
5 or 6 minutes before that.
And the next pitch. Outside, almost. Oh, she did offer at it. All right, umpire said strike.
He just called that a strike.
Could have, yeah.
I think she knew it was a strike. It was close enough. I think he was just going to go with, yeah, that's a strike.
All right, brighten it up just a little bit more. So 2-1 the count. Runner at second base, 1 out. Pitch, swing and a miss. And that'll even the count at 2-2. Wind has kind of died down a little bit here. It usually happens when the sun starts to go down. American flag still moving out in center field, but it's not rippling like it was. Swinging a high fly ball on the move is Aubrey Mason, and nobody's going to get to that one. Stallhut is going to be waved home, and there's a run that Collinsville really didn't want to give up on a RBI triple by Ridley Allen.
Yeah, the last two batters have really cranked the ball out there to the outfield there.
Number 8, Kennedy Robine.
Thomas giving up a couple big hits here when you least need it. Did a good job there for the first 6 and a third from giving up the big hit.
Yeah. That happens sometimes, especially late in the game when your pitcher is probably a little tired. She did pitch yesterday, but only had to pitch 4 innings in a 22-2 win against Father McGivney. But now Collinsville, after getting a run back in the bottom of the 6th, they gave it right back here in the top of the 7th.
Batter seeing Thomas's pitches for the 4th time through, too.
Yeah.
They know what to look for now.
Here is Kennedy Robine. And Robine is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Singled in the 5th and stole second base and then was stranded. Thomas with a runner on at third base. A little inside, ball 1.
See how Thomas responds here. That pitch misses just about everything.
Thomas rocks back and forth, brings home another one. This one's outside.
Not going to have anybody going to be warming up because they said Mason is the other pitcher and she's out there in right field.
If they needed to, they would, and they'd just have to give her some time to warm up. Pitch. Swinging a shot down the third baseline. That hits the runner at third base.
In foul territory, though?
I don't know, man. That one was right down the line, and they're not going to call her out. She was standing in foul territory when it hit her, but I think the ball was in fair territory. So there's a strange turn of events that could have made things just a little bit more weird.
No argument from anybody with Collinsville.
Nope.
It'll be just a foul ball strike on the batter.
2-1 the count now to Robine. And strike 2 called. Well, the inning started off with promise after a Lily Ray strikeout. She got caught looking, but then Stallhut tattooed a ball to center field that Rafalowski chased down, but it bounced off of her glove, and then Ridley Allen with a RBI triple up against the wall in right center field. There's a pop-up again. On the move is Bardwell, and let me stick my glove out there by Emma Hilton, and it just landed right in the webbing of the glove for out number 2.
Next up to plate, third baseman.
Bardwell's going to be aggressive going out there and getting it, but good job by Hilton to just stay with it, say, I can come in and get it, and sticks her glove out there. Gets the second out of the inning.
So, runner stays at third base, and here is Maddie John, the third baseman. Struck out twice in this game, reached on an error, and came around to score in that 2-run 4th inning for Roxana. 2 outs, runner at third. Pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play. Thomas back in the circle. Has her sign from Demick. And the 0-1. Strike 2. That one painted the inside corner. Thomas and company 1 strike away from getting out with just 1 run scored. It's a big one, though. Went from a 1-run deficit to a 2-run deficit. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes John. So now the stage is set. See if Collinsville can come back and win this game as we head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. Collinsville now down by 2 runs, and we're back to tell you about the home half of the 7th after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, We ship stlouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
CUSD 10 residents have an opportunity to improve our schools without increasing the property tax rate by voting yes on March 19th. The Zero Rate Change Ballot Initiative will provide funds to improve school safety and security, upgrade heating and cooling equipment, and make facilities more accessible to disabled students, staff, and visitors. For more information, visit yesforsaferschools.org. This message was brought to you by the Citizens for Safer Schools. Vote yes for the Unit 10 ballot initiative.
Keegan Edwards leads things off with a bunt attempt, and Stallhalt takes care of it and pays a laser over to first base, and that's how the bottom of the seventh gets underway for Collinsville. A 1-3 putout.
Good thing it was a laser of a throw there. Stahl had to wait for the second baseman, Craig, to get over there and cover the base.
Here is Aubrey Mason, struck out in her 2 times up to the plate. That ended a back-to-back strikeouts from Edwards against Stallhut as well. The bottom of the order has really struggled against the Shells senior pitcher, Callista Stallhut. Bottom of the order has struck out almost 3 times each. Twice for Fairchild, 3 times for Carson Mode, twice for Edwards. Mason up there with 2 strikeouts. And she's ahead in the count, though, is Mason, 2-0.
Yeah, Stallhut falls behind on Mason on this one.
Collinsville down by 2 and facing their final 2 outs here on the offensive side of things. First strike in there for Stallhut against Mason. Back to the top of the order. Lexi Rafalowski waits on deck. 2-1 the count, though, to Mason. Got to get on base to have a chance. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that popped out of the glove of the catcher, who is still Ridley Allen. I guess that Ridley Allen became the designated player, allowing Lily Ray to keep on batting.
She was the designated player. Just the designated player comes in and plays the field now, so
they just swapped roles.
Lily Ray doesn't lose her spot.
Yeah.
In the lineup.
3-2 the count to Aubrey Mason.
Big pitch here.
Yeah.
Coax a walk.
Here is Stallhut's pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Mason for the 3rd time.
No fear from Stallhut saying, here it comes. Can you hit it?
Yep. And the 7th strikeout of the afternoon for Stallhut. So now it's up to Lexi Rafalowski to keep things going. Collinsville trails by 2. Kahawks are down to their final out here.
Rafalowski swung at the first pitch, the last at bat.
Yep, she sure did, and rounded it right back to Stallhut. This one's going to be a pop over the head, and a nice play from the shortstop, Kennedy Urobine, to end that one, and that is the way that this one comes to a close. A little pop-up over the pitcher's head, handled by Urobine, and that is going to do it for this game here tonight. Collinsville drops this one by a final score of 4-2, and Chris Keller, you got to like the fight in the Kahawks, though. They were always in this game, even being down first, and they came back to tie it in the 3rd, went back down again in the 4th, scored another run in the 6th, but gave one right back in the 7th.
Some early opportunities, but nice to catch that one in. Would have been right here with the Shells. Didn't let any of the Shells scoring innings snowball into anything big. Just a hard-fought game on both sides there. Just didn't go the Kahawks' way. Some adjustments here with pitching-wise, facing a very tough pitcher. Like to see get more production out of the bottom of the lineup, but that'll come as we go along here and the season moves along and we get into conference play.
Yeah, we're going to see if we get a post-game guest as well. Those are always really tough to come by when you start a new season. Everybody's kind of not used to things yet, so We will find out here shortly as we transition now over to the post-game show brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville, located at 605 North Main Street. You can give them a call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007. So Collinsville drops this one today by a final score of 4-2. And we'll be back to wrap things up here in just a moment. The LC's Pub post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub postgame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Always tough to get these coaches back into the mode of coming up to visit me for the postgame interviews after games are over, especially when you're talking about the first game of the year. at home in the first game of the year that they've had live streamed. So we'll work on it as we go along. It appears that the team is still in their little meeting out behind the press box area. So we'll just go ahead and wrap things up here. Collinsville loses this one today, so they're 1-1 on the year. Roxana wins 4-2. Roxana 4 runs on 4 hits. They committed 1 error and left 8 base runners on base. Collinsville 2 runs on 5 hits. They did commit 4 errors in this game, and they left 5 base runners on base. Roxana got things started first back in the top of the 3rd inning when a walk to the leadoff batter, Ava Cherry, ended up coming around to score after a fielder's choice and a sacrifice bunt. And that's how Roxana got on the board first. Collinsville, though, tied it up in the bottom half of the first with their own walk and a run scored on a wild pitch and then a sacrifice. And then Lexi Rafalowski came around to score, but Roxana would put up 2 more in the 4th inning. Collinsville would get 1 of those back in the 6th, and then Roxana would add on an insurance run in the 7th, and Collinsville just couldn't answer there in the bottom half of the 7th. Came to 1 walk. She did uncork a couple of wild pitches. Marissa Thomas takes the loss. She gave up 3 walks and struck out 5 along the way. That is going to pretty much do it for us. Next action for your Collinsville Lady Kahok softball team, though, is a road game at Mascoutah on Thursday. Next up for us, Chris Kettler and I will be at GCS Ballpark in Sauget to bring you the 2nd game of the year for your Collinsville Kahok baseball team as they take on the team from New Trier High School out of Winnetka, Illinois, and that game is scheduled for a 6:30 start. There are 3 games taking place that day before that game, so we hope we're on time, but if we're not, you will understand why, as sometimes baseball games take a little longer to play than normal. Big thank you to Coach Jessica Smitling joining us in the pregame interview. Another big thank you to Chris Kettler joining us on the other microphone. My name is Todd Duke, and until Friday night, everyone have a fantastic Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk to you later.